What if I told you there was a ship so powerful that even the most ruthless pirates in history refused to attack it? Not because they lacked courage, not because they didn't want the treasure, but because anyone who tried never came back. No survivors, no stories, no second chances. This wasn't just another treasure ship drifting across the ocean. This was something else entirely, something bigger, stronger, more dangerous. This was a floating fortress, the world of pirates. To understand this ship, you have to understand the world it lived in. The ocean, during the golden age of pirates, was not a place of peace. It was not calm. It was not forgiving. It was chaos, a lawless, endless battlefield where survival depended on speed, instinct, and brutality. Ships didn't just sail across the water. They hunted. Every horizon held a question: will this ship make me rich? Or will it be the last thing I ever see? Pirates were the kings of this world. Fast, smart, relentless. They didn't fight fair. They attacked quickly, disappeared instantly, and struck where their enemies were weakest. That was their advantage. That was how they survived. That was how they won. The first sighting began then. One day, everything changed. At first, it was nothing more than a shadow. Far away on the horizon. Too large to ignore, too still to understand. Pirates who saw it didn't know what to think. It didn't move like other ships. It didn't behave like prey. It didn't look vulnerable. It looked dominant. As it came closer, details began to appear. Towering masts stretching into the sky, sails heavy and thick, cutting through the wind. A hull so massive, it dwarfed everything around it. This was no ordinary ship. This was a Spanish galleon. But even among galleons, this one was different. The floating fortress, it didn't look like a ship. It looked like a castle, a fortress, built on water. Its wooden walls were thick layered and reinforced to withstand cannon fire. Rows of cannons lined its sides, not just a few. Dozens. Stacked across multiple levels, each one ready to fire at a moment's notice, each one capable of tearing another ship apart in seconds. The deck was crowded, not with traders, but with soldiers, men trained for combat. Disciplined. Prepared. Watching. Waiting. And deep inside the ship, hidden beyond locked doors and guarded corridors, was something far more valuable than the ship itself. Treasure beyond imagination. Gold, taken from distant lands. Silver, mined from the New World. Jewels, rare, brilliant, priceless, artifacts that told stories of empires, wealth beyond imagination. This wasn't just cargo. This was power. The kind of power that could turn a nobody into a legend. The kind of power pirates spent their entire lives chasing. One successful attack, just one, could change everything. No more running, no more hiding. Just wealth, freedom, legacy. So of course, they wanted it. The hunt begins. Pirates began tracking the ship, watching its routes, studying its patterns. Waiting for a weakness, a mistake. Anything. But that moment never came, because this ship was always ready. It didn't slow down. It didn't separate from protection. It didn't expose itself. Every time pirates got close, they were met with resistance. Immediate. Violent. Precise. Ships that dared approach were driven back or destroyed. Word began to spread, not just about its treasure, but about its power. Some called it unstoppable, others called it cursed. A few even believed it wasn't meant to be captured at all. The night of the storm. Then came the night that changed everything. The sky turned black, clouds swallowed the stars, lightning tore through the darkness. Like cracks in the sky itself, the ocean rose. Waves grew into mountains. Ships struggled just to stay afloat. It was chaos. Pure, uncontrollable chaos. And in that chaos, a group of pirates made a decision. This was their chance. The storm would hide them. The darkness would protect them. The noise of thunder would cover their approach. If they moved fast enough, if they struck hard enough, they might actually win the approach. So they moved, ships cutting through violent waves, wood creaking under pressure, sails snapping in the wind, men gripping ropes, trying not to be thrown overboard, cannons loaded, ready. Hearts racing, breathing heavy, eyes locked forward. And there it was, the fortress, barely visible through the storm, but unmistakable. Massive. Silent. Unshaken. Waiting. The battle begins. They got closer than anyone ever had before. For a moment, it felt possible, like they were about to do the impossible. And then, Everything exploded. Boom. Cannons fired. Fire lit up the darkness. Thunder and explosions blended into one deafening sound. The fortress had seen them, and it was ready. It had always been ready. Chow shows hit instantly, perfectly aimed. Pirate ships were torn apart before they could react, wood shattered into pieces, masts collapsed, decks split open. Men were thrown into the ocean, some screaming, some silent. The storm swallowed everything, but the fortress remained steady, unshaken, unstoppable. The realization pirates tried to fight back. They fired their cannons. They pushed forward. They tried to board the ship, but nothing worked. Nothing. Because this wasn't a battle. This was a slaughter. And that's when they understood the truth. This wasn't a treasure ship. This was a trap, a floating fortress designed to survive anything, and they were never meant to win. The end of the battle. The ocean swallowed what remained. Broken ships drifted. Fire faded. Screams disappeared. The storm moved on, and the fortress stood untouched. Then slowly, quietly, it disappeared. Into the fog. Gone. Like it had never existed. The legend years passed. Story spread. Some said the fortress still sailed the oceans. Hunting. Waiting. Untouchable. Others believed it had sunk. Lost forever. Buried beneath the waves. Forgotten. The discovery until one day, far below the surface, something was found. A wreck. Massive. Ancient. Silent. Broken wood, covered in darkness. Cannons rusted but still in place. And inside, treasure. Still there, waiting. Final message. Proof that the legend was real. But here's the truth. Some treasures are never meant to be taken. Some battles are never meant to be won. And some legends don't disappear. They wait. Final hook. So the next time you look out at the ocean, remember this. Somewhere beneath those waves, something is still there. Watching. Waiting.